so that's the first step of this, and then the second step is Jason's been getting into some really, really cool stuff with cryptocurrency, and he's been making a lot of waves with that. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the cryptocurrency that he's been.
Which we've been interested in that for a while.
Yeah, I know we've been interested in a while.
Basically missed the boat like real idiots.
Really
but
we've had a lot of missing a bubble. Really,
yeah.
It's more or less just like there's always different times to hop on, but when's the right time to hop on? And I think that the cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. I think it's going to be massive, but Jason's got some.
What I can tell you is, most people have probably heard Bitcoin. They've heard of it, like I did. Probably 5-6 years ago, I kept hearing the word Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. I didn't know what the heck it meant. I just heard, Bitcoin, and it didn't make sense to me. I was so laser focused on my business and helping people with 5 links that, I hear it and it's kind of in one ear out the other. And then it started picking up steam. And then I got to tell you, probably February or March this year, 2017, I got over 10 phone calls about Bitcoin.
So you're like,
all these calls about Bitcoin, and I'm like, you know what?
It was now we were on the bubble.
I have to.
Really?
I have to take a look and see what's going on here.
Yeah.
So what I did, and after talking to multiple people that own companies around cryptocurrency, and I heard about ICOs, and I didn't know what any of this stuff meant. It was all completely foreign to me. But here's what I'll tell you: is there was definitely a movement. There's definitely momentum in the cryptocurrency space. Nobody's missed the bubble. You may have missed some early on opportunity, but what I truly believe after the research that I've done, there's incredible opportunity in front of us. I just, and here's what I'm encouraging.
So we're not too late.
Not too late.
Nice.
And here's what
that's like telling you to invest in the stock market. It's like, it's sure the prices are higher, but that doesn't mean it's too late.
Right.
So you invest in the good companies. But here's what I can say is, the same thing, how there's powerful information on the internet and you want to defend it against your name and what you stand for. The same thing goes true where there's a lot of research that can be done on the internet. And what I did is I went to YouTube. And I gave myself a self-education. It was a starter education on cryptocurrency. If you go on YouTube and just look up Bitcoin for beginners, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, that's where I first heard about the word Ethereum. I didn't know what Ethereum was at the time. Now I definitely know what it is. I've invested in it. I've invested big in Bitcoin. And then I heard about ICOs and all this stuff. And what's great about YouTube is once you start watching a video, they give you a series of videos that are relevant to that after. So you look at Bitcoin, then they give you Bitcoin for beginners. Bitcoin this. What is blockchain? And I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. But I can tell you, everybody, the information's out there if you want to go get it. And you want to get this information because I've been involved personally in business and some of the fastest growing industries in the world. I was involved with the front end of voice over IP. It was exciting, right? So we were involved with voice over IP. Exciting times watching the whole phone industry change. From copper lines to internet. I was involved with the deregulation of energy. Again, very exciting time. Almost $1 trillion industry being deregulated for the first time. People had choice. Text marketing. So we've been involved with some really exciting things that we've watched growth, and it's been exciting. But I've never seen anything, and I mean anything, grow as fast as this cryptocurrency world has grown.
Yeah. So do you use Coinbase or what kind of?
I'll tell you what I use, but let me tell you about when I first started looking at cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, in March. It was about $1,200 a coin. Okay, right. So you figure like a coin is like a block of gold, but it's just crypto. There's a code behind it.
Yeah.
So it's about $1,200 for a Bitcoin. I've watched since March, in 6 months, Bitcoin shoot up from 1,200, and many people thought they were too late because in 2010, Bitcoin was.
I had a lot of friends buying that.
2 cents. It was 2 cents, right? So if you invested $100 in 2010 in Bitcoin, $100 US, it'd be worth over $75 million today.
Wow.
So people think they missed the boat. Well, I didn't start researching Bitcoin until March of this year at 1,200 a coin. How about it went from 1,200 to 5,000?
Oh yeah.
To 5,000.
Right now.
So here's what analysts are predicting. I do a lot of research. I list a lot of videos now, and I got all these people I follow about cryptocurrency. They're predicting by the end of 2017, Bitcoin will hit $10,000. And the CEO of PayPal came out and said he believes Bitcoin will ultimately hit $500,000 a coin. Because there's only a limited supply.
Right.
26 million coins. They mine them. No, they mine so many.
Right. Yeah.
So you'll do your research, do your due diligence, and then figure out how you can fit in and how you can play in this world, because there's so much growth opportunity. Again, growing faster than any other industry I've ever seen. And what makes it unique is you have a digital wallet that's on your phone and your computer.
Oh, yeah.
You can transfer money to another user because it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
You know, everything now is social sharing. It's peer-to-peer. Yeah. So I can send you money while you're in China like that, and you get it 10 seconds later through the blockchain. I can send you $50,000, and I can pay a small transaction fee, maybe $15, $20, without any banks involved, without any third parties. It goes through the blockchain, which is super secure. So when you start realizing that it's the people around the world that control the value of Bitcoin. They control how much it goes up. They control the movement of Bitcoin, not the banks, not the governments. Because right now, if no matter what country you live in, somebody is controlling your currency, your president, your dictator, whoever it is. We live in America. So if Donald Trump, our president, is going to build that wall in Mexico, as an example, no matter what we say, he's going to build the wall, and let's say it costs $8 billion. I don't know what the number is, but let's say it's $8 billion.
Something.
Let's say that wall devalues the American dollar by 10 cents. We can't control that. Our president determined he's going to build a wall, it devalues our dollar. See, what's great about cryptocurrency is we totally control it. And it's decentralized. Keyword, decentralized. So the only way you're going to stop
it's
Bitcoin,
like international. It's not local.
Global.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
global.
It's a global
the only
currency.
way you could stop Bitcoin is to turn the internet off.
Right.
It's not happening.
That's never going to happen.
Bitcoin will not be stopped. It will continue to keep growing. And it's an incredible revolution taking place right now, where you can look back at the timing, but I believe the timing for the people now that are just starting to understand it is great. Because I'm going to guess that about 5% of the U.S. population today even knows about what Bitcoin is, truly knows about it.
What do you see for the future of Bitcoin as far as like, maybe becoming like a universal currency, or like what do you see for that?
In some countries, they're already looking at Bitcoin being a currency. I know it's big in the Asian countries. Right. You know, there's been a lot of negative news behind China.
Not necessarily Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies.
Korea, they're coming up with their own what they call ICOs, which is independent coin offering. And some of these, are happening way too fast. They're looking to regulate this, which I believe it should be regulated. But when a coin is truly decentralized like Bitcoin, again, there's no stopping, what the value is going to be. It's the people that control it. But I was listening to one of the analysts that I listened to, and he was referencing China, and he goes, China is trying to stop the ICOs, they're not trying to stop Bitcoin, but they're trying to stop the ICOs, or at least regulate the ICOs, how they come out, because it's kind of like putting out like an IPO. You know what I mean? And again, our IPOs are regulated, and again, they should be. There's a real value behind it.
They got to figure all that out.
But he said something that really was an eye-opener. He says, listen, anything that China is trying to stop,
right,
or trying to, probably something you should invest in.
Right.
He goes, because let's look at what China's banned. China banned Yahoo, they banned Facebook, they banned Google, and those are all companies that have thrived successfully.
Thank you for banning Yahoo.
So,
fuck yeah.
So now, if China tried to ban Bitcoin or any type of cryptocurrency, it's probably something that we all should invest in, just based on.
And they're banning it because they want to get
and it scares them.
Type of.
I always look at the past. The past is a good indicator of future results. So looking at the past, and you look at what China's banned, well, I can tell you this: they're trying to ban it because it's uncontrollable. What's going to happen? Again, Bitcoin being decentralized.
Well, that's kind of the beautiful thing about it too, is it's like not controlled by a single person behind it, or like a single government. It's like it's controlled by the people, and it's controlled by the internet. You know what I mean? So it's like it scares people who are regulating and controlling governments and economies right now, because they don't know what the future holds from that. They can't forecast that exactly.
Yeah,
So, are you still doing the travel key stuff and everything like that?
I am still. Again, I look at industries like I love what's happening in cryptocurrency, and I'm a heavy supporter, heavy investor now in cryptocurrency. Travel is another industry, $8 trillion industry, not slowing down. What do we all like to do? We all want to travel. If we had all the time and money in our lives that we can possibly have, what would we do? Most people would travel. They want to see the world. So travel is not going to stop anytime soon. Travel Key is a great product. It's a wholesale membership travel service. So it's definitely, you have to become a member. And once you become a member of Travel Key, you absolutely are going to get the best rates. And when I mean by best rates, you can see the stuff on the internet with Priceline and let's say
like hotel
Kayak and all
booking,
those
or-
hotel bookings. You're talking staying in 5-star hotels
Destinations,
for 2 and 3-star
But
rates.
it's through, how does it work through, it's like a crowd currency of its own in a way? Or?
Travel Key, what it is they're it's a service. So it's offered through what's called BitQuick, and BitQuick is a company that started their own ICO called BitKey. And what happens is it's really genius what they've done. They're rewarding on anything you purchase through them or a service you would have through BitQuick. You actually are rewarded in cryptocurrency, and they're what they call BitKey. So BitKey is their cryptocurrency. They actually have two. They have BitKey and they have BitKey M. BitKey M is mining. They do their own mining.
Right.
So with BitKey, if you buy Travel Key for, let's say it's $399 for the year, it's your one-time membership, which gets you a membership with Travel Key, and then it pays for your first 12 months. After that, it's like $9.99 a month to keep your membership active. But for that $399, they also give you equal amount in BitKey. So it's almost like you're getting it for free.
Okay.
And they just started trading BitKey about 30 days ago. And it's been amazing, the volume, the momentum behind
That's like a different type
BitKey.
of cryptocurrency.
There's over 1,000 what they call altcoins, altcoins, which are coins that
That
are
can be transferred to Bitcoins? Or?
no, they are Bitcoin. They're not Bitcoin, but they're cryptocurrency. So they're their own coin.
Okay.
So you got Bitcoin. Your number 2 coin is Ethereum. You got Bitcoin Cash.
So I've got a little bit in
So-
both Bitcoin and Ethereum currently.
Yeah. So if you go on I believe it's Crypto Market Cap, you'll actually see the top 1,000 coins based on volume, based on price, based on movement, and these trade on different platforms. I even started doing some trading
Some of them you buy into
for pennies.
For pennies.
I had a
buy
buddy
for
when I was
50 bucks
when I
and
was
you never know if they're
young,
gonna
like
spike
really
or
young. I was
not.
probably like 18, and he was doing Bitcoin mining through a gaming service. He was running a bot. He would make a bot that would like chop down these logs, trees, and he would like these coins were like fractions of Bitcoins, and he would take those coins because he would sell that bot to people that were playing the game itself and in coins, and then he would also run the bot himself. So he would like transfer these and get like 2 or 3 Bitcoins per like every time he transfer it. But it's like it was growing itself. He wouldn't have to do it. He would just run the bot.
For mining, I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities out there for people that want to mine. Again, I wouldn't recommend you do your own mining. You can, but there's huge server farms out there, like BitQuick. They bought huge farms, huge land in Washington State, and they're putting in big server farms, and they allow individuals to invest by buying BitKey M, to invest in their, they have true experts that do this, and they can get the mining down to like around $600 and something dollars. Let's say $650 as an example, to mine between all the electricity, which is your biggest cost in mining these big farms, around $650 to mine a Bitcoin. Well, if Bitcoin's trading at $4,000, that's a good investment. You can
really
mine it
good
for
investment.
$650. So there's opportunities out there, and there's companies that you can invest in that have experts that do mining.
Yeah.
But you asked about Coinbase. There's all types of wallets out there. I got to tell you, one of the hardest things about investing in Bitcoin, actually getting Bitcoin, is actually getting the physical Bitcoin, because it's hard to purchase. Meaning there's services out there, and you got to be careful what services you're buying it from. Coinbase is a reputable one in the United States.
How did you go about finding?
I mean, you can search. You got to do your due diligence. There's one company that I tried
Reddit,
buying coin, and they never sent my coin, so I got ripped off. So there's definitely some scams out there, so you got to be careful. Coinbase is a reputable one. Read the ratings on these companies. Coinbase. The thing is, they regulate how much you can buy, though.
They do.
So
and they want so much a week, and they got fees in and out when the money
they're
goes
out for
in.
their
You got to
money,
pay
too.
fees, and then depending on how much money you actually decide to take out of the app, they're gonna slam you with that. So,
I got to tell you, my favorite wallet, because there's ways to buy, then there's also wallets. But Coinbase I do buy a lot on Coinbase. I buy it and then I transfer it to a wallet. On Coinbase, the more you buy, the more they'll increase your limit on how much you can buy. Generally, they start you off at under $1,000, which doesn't even buy you. It buys you about a quarter of a Bitcoin. And you don't got to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy fractions of Bitcoins.
Right.
But then there's also independent services out there. There's companies you can go to where they may charge 6% or 10%. And there's interchanges like an eBay type of service where people are listing their Bitcoin, people are buying Bitcoin. And again, so you can maybe pay 10%. So, but a lot of people, because of the growth, are willing to pay the 6% or 10%. But again, this is one of the most challenging things is actually buying and consolidating the Bitcoin for yourself. But there's ways you can do it. Again, try to talk to some people out there. Maybe get involved in some Facebook group chats, some groups, and people can recommend different services and let you know if there's other ones out there that are scams and whatnot.
You got any good Facebook groups that you're in currently?
There is some. I don't know if I have any off the top of my head, but I'm probably involved in about 20 different Facebook groups.
Just type it in a topic.
Yeah, just type in Bitcoin. You'll see a lot of different groups, and obviously look for the ones that have a lot of members. 300 plus members.
You'll know very quickly if it's trash or not.
Yeah.
And as far as wallets, I've used a couple different wallets out there. There's some that are safer than others. Some are just desktop based. There's some that are just phone based, iPhone or Android. For myself personally, there's some simple ones, but what I like is, most of people's questions is when you talk about Bitcoin, they're like, okay, I got Bitcoin now. How do I convert it back to dollars? And as I just said, supply and demand. One of the hardest things about Bitcoin is actually buying it. So selling it is no problem. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that will buy your Bitcoin and will actually pay you 6 or 10% to buy your Bitcoin if you want to sell it. But if you want to get involved with that, you can use BitPay. I like BitPay as a wallet. BitPay, you can move your Bitcoin over to BitPay, and then you can actually get a card. Matter of fact, I actually have the card on me. And you can get a card, and
How do you go about moving it?
You can move. It's very, very simple, and I believe there's tremendous opportunity. So let me cover my card number. So Visa. So this is a Visa card, and it's BitPay.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
And what you can do, they send this to you. Pay $10, $9.99. So for $9.99, you get your BitPay card in the mail. And what happens once you get it, you have a PIN number. It's like a debit card. So you can move your Bitcoin immediately over to cash. So I tell people like this, it's like moving from your savings account to your checking account. Right. So now you can spend it. So if you can move as much as you want. If you want to move over $100, move over $1,000. You move it over to your card, and then you can spend it just like, obviously regular money.
Right.
So I really like BitPay. There's a couple other wallets out there. There's a lot of wallets. It's obviously growing extremely fast.
So because the price of Bitcoin is always fluctuating, does the amount on your card fluctuate as the Bitcoin is fluctuating in
your
USD,
wallet? Yes. That's a good question. In your wallet, yes, but once you transfer it to money, no.
No.
So if I move over $1,000, that's $1,000. It already converted it, and basically BitPay took my Bitcoin for the $1,000 cash. Gotcha. And they charge you a couple little fees in there as well. I mean, everything's got fees. Just like,
Does that coin go back into like the pool of other coins, or is that gone?
No, BitPay basically is buying it from you. Okay. So they're buying it from you for $1,000. They're charging you a small fee. Yeah, they can take it, they can sell it, they can consolidate it.
That's super interesting.
So there's probably about 10 other wallets out there that you can actually get a Visa or MasterCard with. I just personally use BitPay. I think it's a pretty simple one to use. The transactions happen pretty fast
as well.
But again, the opportunity around cryptocurrency, around Bitcoin, is that you can send money anywhere in the world like that. And you look at some of the sharing apps. You got PayPal, you got Venmo, and you can do the same thing. But there's really
blogging on your personal site about cryptocurrency.
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
That's awesome.
We can.
And some people are telling me, some people are saying, don't blog about cryptocurrency. It's governments don't like it and whatnot. It's
If it's an interest, it doesn't
listen,
really matter.
Cryptocurrency it's happening. Yeah. It started happening in 2010 or 2009 when the first Bitcoin was produced. And again, I ignored it because I really didn't understand it, didn't know about it, heard about it. But I'll tell you, once anybody does the research, you spend an hour on YouTube, you'll be like I was. You won't be able to sleep because you'll be thinking about how do I participate in some way, shape, or form in this financial revolution that's taking place, this global transfer of wealth into cryptocurrency. You're going to want to get a piece of it, and there's many, many opportunities where you can. And just holding it itself, again, look at what the experts are saying, just holding Bitcoin, you're going to be a winner because, again, the only way I believe you can shut down, and what I've heard, the only way you can shut down Bitcoin is to shut down the internet.
Right. Cool.
Well,
so it's exciting stuff.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Taught us a lot.
I know.
We're going to have to bring you in for a co-host position. You ran the whole show, but it was very, very informative. And we appreciate it.
Appreciate the opportunity.